Good morning, traders. It's Tuesday, January 21st. Taking a look at the charts, we got some pretty big price action. I did a video yesterday, although it was a holiday for equities. Futures were still running yesterday, and we had a big move in natural gas to the downside. Looks like a shakeout. I'll cover it again briefly here, but taking a look over at the SP 500, the market continues to march its way up. We are walking up this 5-day moving average, consolidating a bit through it. Now we're continuing to walk back up. You'll notice we pop, consolidate, pop, and we are in consolidation phase, still holding above the 5-day moving average, and the trend is still very strong and to the upside. Now, again, I feel as though it's overextended, but we are long. We've been scaling out of our position as it reaches certain thresholds that the market typically, when it hits, it could find resistance and reverse. And we're just going to continue to ride this. But as it starts to get really stretched to the upside, we're starting to buy some more defensive type of plays, which are gold miners and bonds. So let's take a jump over to bonds real quick here. Bonds this morning, they're in this big bull flag. Hopefully we're seeing this momentum shift and we're going to start to see it pop and move to the upside. Bonds are trading up about 0.6% this morning, and with any luck, maybe this week is the week we finally see it really break and start to extend to the upside. It could be something fairly significant. So we do have a position in bonds. If we take a look over at gold miners, they have had the same type of bull flag, and they've already started to run and push and test these highs. They're pulling back, but still within an uptrend. And if we take a look at the 10-minute intraday chart of gold miners, I did this chart a while ago, covered it in the video last week as well. More or less, we've had this initial run up. We had the first consolidation using Fibonacci upside targets. It gives us this 618 upside target was the first level that if the market was to get there, that's where it's going to want to potentially roll over and start to correct. And we got all the way up there, and then it has corrected back down. More or less, it started to make this broadening formation during that phase. Broadening formations are typically seen as weak, bearish type of price action short term. Of course, price broke down. We took this box right here, we copied it, we pasted it to the breakdown zone, and it gave us the downside potential target where gold miners came down, and then they have rallied back up, and now they're consolidating in this area, trying to break through this resistance area, which goes through the heart of this pennant. It's the significant pivot low, it's the breakdown zone, and overall, if we start to get some moves to the upside here, then the next upside target will be this 618 level around the 4182, and then the 4253. And then if the big trend kicks into place, then we should be heading all the way up to 45, about the $45 level up here. So right now, the market, gold miners are trying to build a base here, a launch pad for it to extend to the upside, and then from there potentially continue to keep on pushing up to new multi-year highs. Now let's go take a look over at energies real quick. Let me cover gold real quick. Gold down 0.4%. We had some pretty good volatility actually this morning. We saw and last night we saw gold pop and equities pop, and then they're reversing lower. So we got some type of news going on. Silver down 1.5% this morning, looking like it may end up continuing to move down and form this bear flag could continue to come down and test a little bit lower. If we look over at energies, natural gas down 3% yesterday. Overall, the chart here hasn't changed a whole lot. Overall, looks like a big flush out low. If we pull up the intraday chart, you can see the price action here, the market gap lower and huge flush out, massive volume traded, and it looks like it was the market's trying to kind of shake things out. Hopefully this is that shakeout we're looking for. Overall, we are likely going to see our UNG position open below our stop, but keep in mind we've got a very small position. We're not using any leverage. We're expecting some type of volatility in this bottom type of play that we're doing with natural gas, and we're using a stop based on the closing price. So if price moves or trades below our stop, we don't get stopped out. We wait to see what the price is closing at for the day, and if it is below our stop, then at the end of the day you can close your position or close it at the open the following session. And we're looking for this big gap and flush out hopefully to be a shakeout low, and we're going to start to see this take off. It seems like all the futures traders got shaken out yesterday. And today we might see this come back down, maybe even double dip, test these lows for the equities traders, everyone in the ETFs, to get shaken out before it starts to take off. So hopefully that's the case. If not, we've got a small position and we could get stopped out. But overall, we've stuck our toe in the water for a longer term type of play where we could see, let me just get back here. We are down at this key critical support level, and we're getting this big gap and exhaustion move. Could be like an island type move where it recovers and starts to rip to the upside going forward. Looking over at crude, down 1.25%. It was up fairly sharply this morning. Again, starting to reverse back down. Obviously, some type of news hitting the market, and it's causing commodities to have some pretty wild swings today. Overall, it is still a bearish formation, very oversold, didn't have much of a bounce, and looks like it's about to start continuing this move to the downside. Obviously, it's going to find some support pretty much where it is today, all the way down to this 57 area. It's going to act as a support zone. Next level will be down here on this 55, 25 or 55 area going forward. Anyways, that's it for this morning, and I'll talk to you in a little bit. Bye-bye.